remember you.
Start of game activation is live. We're set.
Okay, Cookie, we think we have the scorpion problem under control.
Finally! I can put my shoes back on. Oh my god!
Well, that's the thing. There was gluten in all of the donuts I brought in this morning. So if she's so allergic to it, why isn't she dead now?
Marcus to set. Marcus, you are 17 minutes late for your call. Marcus to set.
Does anyone hear like a throbbing? That's the best way I can describe it. Just like a throbbing sound. Like a deep throbbing.
Do you owe the IRS money and back taxes? $10,000, $20,000, $100,000? We can help. The law offices of Wilson, Hanson, Young & Associates can help you get out from under tax debt by faking your own death. It's true. For just a small fee, our lawyers will help you fake your death, easing your tax burden. Exploding motorcycle, alligator attack, saving the world from an asteroid. We promise your fake death will not only be convincing, it will be cool. No lame deaths guaranteed. As an added bonus, we also provide a DVD of your funeral. See who comes, see who cries, see who suspects. And if anyone suspects, we'll take care of them. Call the law offices of Wilson, Hanson, Young & Associates to help you fake your death. And remember, we don't get paid until people are fully convinced you're dead. We also specialize in DUIs and wrongful paternity suits. Hey, Jerry, doing a little yard work?
Oh, yeah. Just got some new garden gnomes.
New garden? Oh, my. Look at the size of that garden gnome's...
Oh, I see you noticed my gnome's giant package. I should have mentioned, these aren't regular garden gnomes. They're well-endowed garden gnomes from Gnome My. I bought the whole set. There's Python Petey, Busty Barbara, and my personal favorite, Giant Balls McGillicuddy. So, what do you think, Raj?
I can't look away.
Hey, boys, what you talking about?
Sarah, don't come over here.
Hey, Daddy. Oh, look, garden gnome.
Kids, get in the house.
Gnome My well-endowed garden gnomes, from the people who brought you lawn globes with nipples.
Cookie, no, we didn't install a urinal in the studio, so we're going to send someone in to clean that up.
And not my problem. Intern, I need some help with my zipper.
Hi, I'm Mike Builder, General Manager of Jackbox Games. We've been hard at work coming up with new ways that you and your friends and family can play You Don't Know Jack. Don't have a lot of game controllers? Not a problem, because you can play this very game using your phone or tablet as a controller. But that's just the beginning. In the coming years, it's my hope that instead of using a regular controller, you'll be able to play our games using a regular TV remote, a calculator, a block of wood with buttons crudely drawn onto it, or even a garage door opener. But why stop there? We're hard at work making game controllers out of shoes, coffee table books about Paris, electric toothbrushes, farts, family pets, and maybe someday your own mind. My coworkers tell me that most of these are technically impossible, but we already have it working on phones and tablets, and luckily I don't entirely know what the word impossible means. I think the word possible's in there somewhere, so that sounds promising. So if you love You Don't Know Jack, hopefully you'll eventually be playing our other games like Fibbage and Everybody Help Grandma, using just a half-eaten turkey sandwich as a controller. I'm Mike Builder, and I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Hi, I'm Tony Panchisi, owner of DIY Spaghetti Emporium, where DIY stands for Do It Yourself. I mean it. I don't have any staff, so you're doing everything in this restaurant for yourself. And my name isn't Tony Palucci. You're waiting your own table. You're cooking your own meal. And buddy, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean, capiche? So now you think your night's over because your family's done eating, huh? We close at 11:30. So get your ass back out there and wait on that two-top in Section 4. Nobody ducks out early on me. Come on, Pedestro. And have you seen the state of those bathrooms? One of the women's toilets has a clog that could choke a horse. So if you're ready for a home-cooked Italian meal and earning half the minimum wage, come on down to DIY Spaghetti Emporium and ask for me, Rachel Hanrahan.
Attention, there are leftover French fries in the Jack Attack room. Leftover French fries in the Jack Attack room. However, it's just the small burnt ones. Thank you.
If we could refocus that light so that it's not in my face, that would be great. Refocus light number 17. Thank you.
And cue the nose blow sound effect.
Okay, is anybody listening to me right now because my mom's here and she needs to go to the bathroom?
No problemo, I can help her. Hey lady, come on this way. So what do you gotta do, number 1 or number 2?
Hey gang, have you felt tired from all that racket and ballyhoo from the so-called music festivals that the teenage beatniks and ruffians do? Well, isn't it time to hop to having the music festival that Goldarn plays real music that mature adults and grown-up older people like all of us and you can enjoy? Then come on down to the Hutchinson Community Park for Gerentala Palooza. We got Jerry Gorkin's medium-sized band, the Waltzaholics, assorted Bob Hope impersonators, the sounds of The Price is Right, the Muzak Ramblers, wind chimes, bingo, McDonald's coffee, and a half-dozen music boxes that play music. All the fun times and goings about begins at 7 a.m. this Thursday. And don't you worry, Missy, it's over by 2, so you have plenty of time to skedaddle on home before the drug dealers come out and deal their drugs. Take it from me, old man. Hey, can I take this microphone home with me? Huh? Do what? Yeah, okay, I'll just put it down.
Are you moving? Do you need some strong guys to help you move? Are you emotionally cold or in need of a psychological breakthrough? Then call 3 Strong Guys, Emotional Movers.
Could you be careful with the bookcase? It's an antique.
No problem. Hey, are you okay?
I just got promoted, and all my dad said was, guess you're not so dumb after all.
Sometimes older men have a hard time expressing emotion, and they hide the love behind sarcasm and humor. Trust me, he's proud. Maybe you should give him a call.
I don't know.
I've already got him on the phone.
Son, is that you?
I love you, Dad.
I love you, son.
This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie Masterson. And hey, wipe that smile off your face. This is serious. Okay, just kidding. There will be farts and stuff. So, are you two ready for some down and dirty trivia, or would you just rather mud wrestle? There's your hardware. If you think an opponent doesn't know the answer, hit your screw button, and you'll force them to answer immediately. If they miss it, you win big. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by
the San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
Find the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to get yourself some sweet prizes and bonus cash. Hang on tight, we're in for a ride. First, Bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%, 40%, 80%, or 100%? Players 1 and 2? Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water. But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it. Take a stab at. His acting is alright. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, If Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? The McCona Dark Ages, the McCona Industrial Age, the McCona Middle Ages, or the McCona Enlightenment Age? Player 1. Congratulations, not. Player 2. All wrong, all wrong, all wrong. Now pay attention. The Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Here's a good one. Brought to you by the letter U-nibrow.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. The Count, Bert, Ernie, or Ernie, the Count, Bert. Player 2, clock's a ticking. Players 1 and 2. The Count would be so disappointed. Ready for this? Ernie has no eyebrows at all, Bert has one long single eyebrow, and the Count has two eyebrows! And yet, none of them have ever blinked. Next. Duck, Duck, Swan. Say the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno, Von Rothbart, or Odette? Player 2, you've been screwed! You got 5 seconds! Whoa! Whoa! Player 1, that was a successful screw. Let's see if you can make this really hurt. Player 1, cue the swan song. I so wanted you to pick this one. Odette is a princess who has been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead. Especially if they find out she once fooled around with a lady swan in college. This one's known as The Man in the Backwards Yellow Hat, and it's a dis or dat. Player 2, your score is pretty lame. Why don't you play this one? I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber, or an antic by the classic children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the X button. If it's Curious George, press the B button. Player 1, try to lock in your answer before Player 2, because if Player 2 gets it wrong, but you get it right, you'll steal that cash. Okay, let's move. Peed in a mop bucket. Broke his leg falling from a fire escape. Arrested for falsely reporting a fire. Egged a house. Got high on ether. Fed a bugle to an... Ew, baby, 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 ew. I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported. And then it's your turn, Bieber. That's the end of a thrilling first round. Keep in mind, all the prizes are doubled in round 2. And keep in mind, big cash prizes can be yours if you find the wrong answer of the game. All right, let's get back to it. May I introduce Dumber and Dumberer 2. So, there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, oddest, or odderest. Player 2. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise. Player 1. No, but speaking of otter, get it? You've just won the greatest hits of the San Francisco Otter Choir. Hailed as one of the top 3 otter choirs in the world, the San Francisco Otter Choir will astound you with their covers of Little Red Corvette and The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. This wrong answer of the game nets you a handsome $8,000. Yeah, you're welcome.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Pucker up for Let It Go, Let It Go, Let It Go. At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine? He's a snowman. Players 1 and 2. 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah blah blah, he could magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the sea.
Try this on for size. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
First spotted in 1879. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? Player 2. Interesting choice. Player 1. That's just nuts. It's so obvious. Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born, probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Here's one for you. Wine or lose? If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings? Player 1. That was quality. Player 2. Sucks to be you. Let me show you something. Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. Take a good look at. I want to lick and roll all night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches deep, or about 30 inches deep? Player 2, watch that close. Player 2. Player 1. What a pity. Here's what you meant to pick. An adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long. So that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore. Welcome to... you already know the rules. Off you go. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck. Player 2, I'm not exactly sure how you won that game, because from the looks of your score, you played blindfolded. But I do know this.
You don't know Jack!
I am Cookie Masterson, and I shaved my nipples for this, so let's hurry before it grows back. Like, we need to get moving now. By the looks of you two, I'd say smart money is on the under. There are your screws to get you started. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by...
Flavored Eye Drops. Why let your mouth have all the fun? Flavored Eye Drops.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. Okay, let's not waste any more time.
Get ready, time is crashing.
First question. Eat, Pray, Die. Which of these Julia Roberts characters would Jack the Ripper have been most likely to savagely murder? Erin Brockovich, Vivian Ward, Tess Ocean, or Liz Gilbert? Player 1, not much time left. Player 2. Vivian Ward is the name of the prostitute Julia Roberts plays in Pretty Woman, and almost all of serial killer Jack the Ripper's alleged victims were female prostitutes, so he'd probably have just loved to murder her. I can see it now. He'd open the box with his knife in it, she'd reach in and he'd playfully shut it, snapping her fingers. She'd laugh, he'd laugh, then he'd kill her. Let's try If I Only Had a Brain Trust. Suppose the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz faced off against the Wicked Witch of the West in a public debate. If he wanted to use a straw man argument against her, what might he do? Attack the Wicked Witch's character rather than the issues? Misrepresent the Wicked Witch's position on the issues? Prove the Wicked Witch wrong using statistical data? Or interrupt the Wicked Witch before she finishes her points? Player 2. Players 1 and 2? No, but it does seem like just the kind of thing the Scarecrow would do. That guy was an ass. Here's where the money is. A straw man argument purposefully misrepresents an opponent's position in order to strike it down. Here's how I would debate the Wicked Witch. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the two candidates you see here tonight is a Wicked Witch. Thank you, I yield the rest of my time.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Say hello to Getting Naughty, and this dis or dat leg's being tied up. Player 1. You're in last place, so I choose you to play this dis or dat. I'm gonna read off 7 names, and for each one you tell me if it's the name of a necktie knot or the name of a sex position recommended by Women's Health magazine. If it's a necktie knot, press the X button. If it's a sex position, press the B button. Player 2, lock in your answer before Player 1, because if Player 1 gets it wrong and you get it right, you steal the cash. Cool, let's do it. The Half Windsor. The Valedictorian. The Prince Albert. The Trinity. The Caboose. The Chairman. The Four in Hand. It appears your score likes to be on bottom. My usual sex position is also the way I usually tie a tie, alone in front of a mirror. This one's called Shop Till Everyone Drops. Say at Christmas time, every single item at your local mall sells out. According to a popular Grimm fairy tale, which of these stores has the best chance to be magically stocked overnight by hard-working elves? Foot Locker, Radio Shack, Victoria's Secret. Player 2, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to pick an answer. Really? That's how you screw Player 1. Don't stop there. Get some more cash. Player 1. Ow. No, I'll get this. In the Grimm fairy tale, The Elves and the Cobbler, a poor shoemaker is given some much-needed help by elves who appear in the middle of the night. And while the shoemaker made a nice profit, the elves were trampled to death on Black Friday. Why not try Okia Dokia? If you're driving between company headquarters, which trip should be the shortest? IKEA to Kia, Kia to Nokia, Nokia to IKEA, or IKEA, Nokia, and Kia headquarters are exactly the same distance apart. Player 2. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Player 1. You got it. No, you didn't. It was begging to be picked. Nokia is based in Finland, and IKEA is based right next door in Sweden. Kia is based in South Korea. Whether it's phones, furniture, or cars, if it's got Kia in the name, you know it's gonna be cheap. I mean inexpensive. Inexpensive! Round 1 is in the books. Remember, I'm doubling the value of each question in round 2. And I want to see some screwing. You're being too nice. Open wide for... Muscle milk was a bad choice. Say the news team from the Anchorman films decides to run a relay race against a rival news team. If Ron Burgundy is his team's anchor, when will he run? Player 1, you've been screwed. You got 5 seconds to pick an answer. Uh-oh, that's not good. Well played, screw Player 2. Time to twist the knife. Player 2. In a relay race, the anchor, usually the fastest runner, goes last. And they would probably promote the race so incessantly that by the time it actually took place, you wouldn't be that interested in seeing it anymore.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Coming up next, guess who's Dak? Dak again. You know, I'm not an optimist, but I have to say, I feel like things have been going pretty well with the game so far.
Son, Daddy, forgot about me.
Oh no, my old ventriloquist puppet, Billy O'Brien.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
Billy, the whole creative team here decided to not include you in this game because you're too much of a troublemaker.
Troublemaker? Me? No, I just got back from traveling the world, studying all the profound teachings of titular world spiritual leaders. For instance, which titular religious group was founded by someone with the last name of Smith? Protestants, Episcopalians, Presbyterians, or Nornuns?
Player 1.
And you've been excommunicated.
Player 2. The Mormon religion was founded in the 1800s by Joseph Smith.
In America.
So, which was your favorite religion you studied?
Well, I particularly like the ones that treats about reincarnation. Someday, I hope to come back as a beautiful coffee table.
Follow me down to the sea.
Up next, Orcas 11. Say I wanted to go around freeing the killer whales from every SeaWorld location in the world. How many separate rescue missions would I need to go on? 3 rescue missions, 4 rescue missions, 5 rescue missions, or Players 1 and 2? Next time, try this. There are 3 SeaWorlds, 1 in San Diego, 1 in San Antonio, and 1 in Orlando. So you would need to go on 3 separate rescue missions. Well, that sounds like a lot of traveling. Maybe I'll just pay that kid from Free Willy to do it. Something tells me he could use the cash. Coming up, Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
The name of Jeff Dunham's purple-skinned puppet. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? Player 1. Get out of here! Seriously, get out of here. Player 2. That answer has a hole in it. Smart people choose this. His name is Peanut. I have to admit, people who talk through ventriloquist puppets kind of creep me out.
That you talk through me.
Quiet, Billy. Stop trying to get me to kill people.
Whoa, now you're creeping me out, Nan.
It's time for the midnight run to the bathroom. According to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, how would Paul Revere secretly signal to you that he has to pee in the sea? I have to do a number 1 in a 1. I have to do a number 1 in a 2. I have to do a number 1 in a 3. Or, I have to do a number 2 in a 1. Players 1 and 2? Could be worse, in theory. Allow me. According to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem, Paul Revere's Ride, Paul's signal for the British was 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. And as we all know, a number 1 is a P. And Americans would have known about the British sooner if he hadn't stopped for a number 4. You don't even want to know what that is. Brace yourself for the attack. Oh, I'll just shut my mouth then. Here's your clue. This plus this equals that. What new thing do these combine to make? Good luck. Player 1, I'm gonna call you the winner here, but know that it has nothing to do with your performance. It's just because I'm required to have someone win, even if they don't break 0. It's also required that I say,
You don't know Jack!
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and whenever I see an attractive woman, I make this sound. Hi there, you two. So, which one of you is Rihanna and which one is Chris Brown? I'm sorry, too soon? Everybody's got their screws. If you think another player is clueless, screw them and make them answer immediately. If they miss it, you win extra cash. And the wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
Slightly used balloons. The more these balloons deflate, the more your wallet inflates.
Pick the wrong answer associated with our sponsor to win a fabulous prize and big cash. Okay, let's see what happens.
Get ready, time for question.
1.
To begin with, Mexican-do attitude. What dish could Porky Pig order at a Mexican restaurant without committing cannibalism? Al pastor, chorizo, ceviche, or lomo adobada? Player 1. No, but it would be super fun to hear Porky try and pronounce it. Player 2. Ceviche is fish. Great idea. Give spicy Mexican food to someone who doesn't wear pants. Here's one I like to call Mart TV, and it's a this or that. Player 1. Go ahead and take this this or that. See if you can increase your cash a bit. I'm going to read off 7 names, and for each one, tell me if it's a sales department on Walmart.com, an MTV show, or both. If it's a Walmart department, press the X button. If it's on MTV, press the B button. If it's both, press A. Player 2. Choose your answer before Player 1, and if Player 1 gets it wrong and you get it right, that cash is yours. Alright, let's get started. Bags. Cribs. Mugs. Skins. Juniors. Juvies. Tools. You're a tool. Walmart doesn't have a jackass department, though. Officially.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
And now, just want to check in. Hey, how do you feel? With the pharynx, with the thoracic cavity, with the pulmonary veins, or with the thalamus? Player 1. Huh? Player 2. This is gonna hurt. Why didn't you pick this? Located just above the brainstem, the thalamus acts as the relay station sending information like pain to the brain. That's fine, don't ask me how I'm feeling. I asked you how you feel, but whatever. Sure, it's also with my thalamus, but it's just common decency to reciprocate. Here we have For Whom the Dinner Bell Tolls. Ooh, it's almost time for my dinner. Better have this fortune cookie first, as prescribed by my doctor.
Cookie, fortune, fast, cookie, master slave.
Not bad. Let's see what my fortune says. Laughter is the best medicine. If that's true, which character from the nursery rhyme Hey Diddle Diddle is the healthiest? The cat, the little dog, the cow, or the spoon? Player 2. Player 1. In the Mother Goose nursery rhyme, Hey Diddle Diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the little dog is the one that laughs at all the crazy stuff going on. This was pre-YouTube, you understand, so if somebody told you a dog laughed, you just had to take them at their word. Next up, I've had intimate thoughts about Adam. Which of these people is bi-curious? Someone interested in sexually experimenting with barium? Someone looking to explore with bromine? Someone flirting with beryllium? Or someone fantasizing about bismuth? Player 1. Can't do anything right, can you? Player 2. The chemical symbol for bismuth is Bi. But as a society, we shouldn't put labels on things like this, except chemicals. You should label chemicals so you don't blow yourself up. Unless that's what you're into. Look, I don't know, man. That's all we got for round 1. Don't forget, in round 2, all the cash is doubled. And lest you forget, our wrong answer of the game is still out there waiting to be picked. Now get out there and make me proud. And on its way, spit up or shut up. If Lady Gaga changed her name to the most common first word spoken by babies, what would she be called? Lady No, Lady Dada, Lady Cat, or Lady Mama? Player 2. Hey, way to be wrong! Player 1. What? No. Watch how easy this is. According to a poll performed by YouGov, Dada or Daddy was by far the most popular first word spoken by babies, beating out Mama or Mommy by a considerable margin. Lady Dada is a good name, right? Please just say yes, because that's the name of the screenplay I wrote for Adam Sandler.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Here's one I like to call childhood murmuries. It looks like we have a sort of treat today. My good acquaintance, old man, somehow found his way into the studio again. How's it going, old man?
Terrible, Mr. Shapiro.
Yeah, it's Mr. Masterson, actually.
Since when?
Since birth.
I know we're on Earth. Anywho, I need your help remembering something.
What's that thing? Who's that fella? Where's that screwly-up-doodly-doo? It's Foggy Facts with Old Man.
Screwly-up-doo, I forget.
So, what is it you're trying to remember, old man?
Well, it's something I used to do when I was just a lad.
Not sure the history books go back that far, but I'll see if I can help. Why don't you describe it to me?
Sure thing, Nate. It's a game. British kids like to play it, I think. You get 3 strikes per turn, and seeds are involved somehow. What is that game?
Would it be Conkers, Queenie Queenie, Marbles, or 5 Stones? Player 2? What were you thinking there? Player 1. You thinking of Conkers, old man?
Hey, Conkers, yeah! That's an old British kids game I used to play. Each player has one of these seeds called a conker, and they take turns whacking at them. 3 whacks per turn. Why is that fun?
It's hard to imagine you as a little kid, old man.
Well, I look pretty much the same, minus the liver spots. Didn't start growing those till my early 20s.
Mm-hmm. And when did you start smelling like liver?
That depends. When was liver invented?
Follow me down to the sea.
Up next, all rise for the Honorable Dinwoody Fudnuddler. If trees brought a class action lawsuit against lumberjacks, which Dr. Seuss character would they most likely hire as their legal counsel? The Cat in the Hat, the Grinch, Pop, or the Lorax? Player 1. The correct answer is the Lorax speaks for the trees, and in a lawsuit, the legal counsel speaks for its client, in this case, the trees. It makes sense the Lorax would be a lawyer. He always sues. Player 2, you hopped on the wrong answer. But also just drifted into winning an assortment of half-deflated balloons from Slightly Used Balloons. Slightly used balloons. When the party's over, the savings begin. Today's wrong answer of the game is worth a whopping $8,000. Enjoy. This one's known as There's a Question in My Pants and You're All Invited.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
Okay, as usual, if you get this correct, there's a little extra in it for you. Speaking of extra, put these underwear styles in order from least butt cheek revealing to most butt cheek revealing. Thong, bikini, tanga. Bikini, tanga, thong, bikini, thong, bikini, tanga, or tanga, bikini, thong. Watch your clock. Player 2. Player 1. How do you say, no? This would have worked. Bikini-style underwear cover the butt cheeks more than Tonga-style, and Tonga-style cover more than thong, which leave your butt cheeks pretty much all out there. But really, any style that doesn't expose my vestigial tail works fine for me. Coming up, Feeling Fines. I love that actor from Schindler's List and The English Patient. You know, the one who plays Voldemort. But I'm never certain if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. What's the proper way to say that Mr. Fines has to throw up? Ralph has to Ralph, Reef has to Ralph, Rolf has to Ralph, or Rafe has to Ralph? Player 2, good effort, good effort. Player 1, I would know how to pronounce it if it was that easy. Correct answer, show yourself. Yep, Rafe Fiennes' first name is spelled like Ralph, but pronounced Rafe. And his brother Joseph Fiennes is pronounced Joseph, but it's spelled Lessfamous. It's a weird British thing. Step right up to the Jack Attack. Well, don't mind me then. Here's your clue. I love you like a legal guardian. I hope you know who adopted or just took care of whom. fix it! Well, player 1, you ended up with more cash than player 2, but since both of you ended up below 0, you owe me money. I'll accept checks or money orders made out to...
You don't know Jack!